Yeah. Okay, go on. What you got?
So, well, you sent me a bunch of stuff, which is rare. Sometimes,
It is rare.
so let's go here. Let's talk about some of this shit. So I guess Yoel is popping shit. What do you all say?
Oh, well, it's more George Masvidal. I don't know if you saw it last week. I mean, I hate to give this any kind of, you know, air or life, if you will. But George Masvidal, after my fight in Shanghai, started sending me private messages on Twitter. Did you see it?
I did. I see that he posted. He broke guy code.
I'm trying to look for his messages. I think I deleted them, so I haven't got them. But he was messaging me a ton of abuse. So I gave him a bit of shit back. And then at the end, I just said, look, listen, I'm not interested in this. This is ridiculous. I can't remember how I worded it, but I said, it's a two-way street. You started this. Listen, I'm not interested in this anymore. I'm not going back and forth. If you want to keep it up, you're on your own.
Here, I got him. Do you want me to read the actual text?
Go on.
Okay, so I got the actual text. Okay, so he posted this specifically to Instagram. So he wrote to you in private message, hey, hoe-ass Bisping, quit talking shit to me when UFC team and staff is there and act like a man and let this 155 end your racist ass, you punk bitch. You rip my flag and spit on Latin fighters' corners. Damn right you won't get in there with me. You know I'm going to hurt you, blah, blah, blah. He keeps on going on. And then you say, fuck you, you little bitch. Get a life, you sad fuck. And then he wrote, you or my life till I end you, hoe, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
Then you wrote, you're a funny guy. I'm not wasting my time on an absolute no one that no one cares about. Quit trying to get famous by dropping my name. Then he wrote, I could be nobody, but this nobody will fuck you up. You know it. Quit talking shit when you see me. Okay. He's not very good at writing.
No, his grammar is it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. So you wrote, it's a two-way street. Okay, man. Listen, I'm not interested in any beef. You do your thing. I'll do mine. Remember, you started this, but as I say, I'm not interested anymore. If you want to keep it up, you're on your own. Which seems reasonable. It's just like, what?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you were reading that there, I mean, the whole thing sounds very, very juvenile. I mean, he sent one, I responded. He sent something back, I responded. Then he carried it on. I'm like, listen, I'm not doing this. I'm not acting like a teenager sending bloody insulting messages back and forth over bloody Instagram. Do you know what I mean? I'm almost 40 years old. So that's why I said, listen, if you want to keep this up, you're on your own. But I'm not interested. You're nothing to me. And I'm just, and that was that. And then the little prick takes a screenshot of them all and posts it on Instagram. I'm not sure what he's trying to achieve, and I think, if anything, it just makes him look like a fool, makes him look like a moron, to be honest.
I don't get that.
I'm glad that I actually, was the more responsible of the two, but because I had no idea he was going to post them. But yeah, what a little bitch.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. I mean, number one. Look, I don't even care. I've said this before. I was a fan of Masvidal before he started like shitting on the podcast and making it very personal with you. He shit on me. He went at me on Twitter. So whatever. I just feel like he's just not really right in the head because he looks at this and he's going, "Oh, look, I got him." Yeah. He's reading this and going like, look what a bitch I made Bisping look like. He doesn't realize that he looks like a fucking lunatic.
Exactly.
Who's
I think
obsessed.
He thinks in his mind, because I backed down, if you will, because I just basically acted like an adult and said, listen, fuck this. I'm done. I don't need to do this. He thinks that was me cowering to him and, shying away from confrontation and being, as he would say, a little bitch. It's like, no, it's me being a grown-ass man, nearly 40 years old, and I'm not arguing with some bloody piece of trash from Florida. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? You're on your own, bud.
That's simple literally what I said to my girlfriend about the sleeping over my ex's argument.
Say again?
That's my exact words what I use against my girlfriend. I'm not arguing with some piece of trash from Florida. Let's move on.
Oh, my God, Lewis. Yeah, so anyway, Masvidal's been doing that. And then Yoel kicked up again this week. He's been talking some shit. It wasn't too bad, but, of course, Yoel and Masvidal, two of my favorite people from Cuba. So God bless them and Merry Christmas to them. What else is going on in the world of MMA?
What else is going on? Well, I mean, obviously we have big fights coming up this weekend. We did talk about Holly Holm and Chris Cyborg last week. Are there any other fights in the card that really interest you?
UFC 2, is it 218?
219.
Oh, 219, pardon me. Let's have a look at the card. 219. I mean, the end of the year card always used to be a big one, but now they have International Fight Week and whatnot. So I think International Fight Week is the big one.
I think that they always try to make it a big one too, and just sometimes it doesn't materialize. Was there supposed to be another big fight in this card?
Well, they tried to do Tyron Woodley and Nate Diaz, if you remember. They tried initially. I think they wanted Conor on it. If you go back a few months. So they did try to do a big one. But,
can I side note, just because we were talking about Christmas and you did mention Tyron, but did you see that Tyron bought his mom a house for Christmas?
I did. Isn't that amazing? I mean, good for him. I mean, I say a lot of jokes about Tyron and whatnot, but the fact he went out there and bought his mom a house for Christmas, and he says on Instagram that he promised her, I think it was like 25 years ago.
Yeah, when he was 10.
A house. Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. I mean, that's the great thing about mixed martial arts these days, that there's a platform for where guys like me and Tyron, just, average dudes, are in a position to where they can buy the mother a house. That's amazing.
Mike, would you buy your mom this Christmas?
What did I buy my mom?
Yeah.
I didn't buy her anything.
Oof. Tyron bought his mom
£3,000 though.
Still not a house.
Yeah, it's not a house, but she did live in my house for about 10 years, rent free.
Does
that count?
How long did you live?
She had to move out eventually. Sorry, Mom. Love you.
How long did you live in her house rent free?
Quite a while. 16 years. So we're almost even. You're an asshole. Tyron Woodley. Good job. That's awesome. It really is. I saw that and it's great. I just wonder. No, I'm not going to say it.
Ooh, actually, that's what I wanted to ask you about this. I wanted your opinion on this because I want to know if I'm being fucking crazy about this.
Ask me a question.
Okay, so I'm co-parenting my son with his mother, and we're getting along. We're actually finally in a good place for the first time since before he was alive. Right?
That's good.
It's nice. So.
Especially at this time of year.
Yeah. Last year, what I did was I just spent the night at her place and I slept on the couch. So when he woke up in the morning, I was already there.
Tricky.
And
rekindle the old flames, Lewis.
No, I didn't rekindle those.
Share a son. Kim's not going to like this, buddy.
Well, this is the point. So this year, I was going to do the same thing. I was going to spend the night there, spend the night on the couch, and then wake up in the morning.
As a mature adult.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. It has nothing to do with.
Of course.
So I told my girlfriend this, and she was not feeling it at all. She was like, "Are you fucking crazy? Like, you're going to spend the night at your ex's place on Christmas Eve? Is it crazy for me to even ask?"
I mean, of course, I can see it from both sides. I mean, it's totally platonic, totally, nothing romantic going on whatsoever. You do share a son, I guess, for practical reasons. And as I said, like a grown adult, it's just a case of sleeping there. That's all it is. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. But from her perspective, I can see that as well. I mean, how would you feel if she went and stayed at her, I don't know, ex-boyfriends or ex-husbands and spent the night? How would you feel?
Look, so there's a lot of nuance. Like, obviously, if there's a child involved, it's a different thing. Here's the thing. I will say...
But if there's no child, then you wouldn't like it.
Oh, if there's no child involved, I'm going to show up at his fucking door with a hammer and murder him.
See, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But the other thing is I only lived 2 blocks from my son and his mother. So my girlfriend is...
Joke, I didn't get it. I was sipping my tea. 2 blocks or 2 doors?
No, I live 2 blocks from my son's mother. So
why did you stay there?
What'd you say?
So why would you stay there?
Well, that's the point that my girlfriend's making.
Oh, God. No, it's all good. It's all good. I think my wife would understand, but I don't know. I mean, your girlfriend is Puerto Rican, as you've said.
Yeah, I'm not even fucking dealing with it. Yeah, so I told her I won't do it. I'm just going to go at like 5 in the morning before he wakes up and just fucking crash out.
Oh, sorry, pardon me. So you want to stay there so that you wake up together, all of you, and obviously see your son and your ex-girl, you all experience it together.
Well,
I understand that.
Yeah, my kid's going to wake up in the morning. His dad's already there. He could just open up his gifts.
Yeah, that's the most exciting time, isn't it? You get out of bed, you wake up, and you're like, I mean, I wind Lucas up big time. Like, oh, my God, has he been here? No, I don't think he's been. I didn't hear anything. And, so of course, you both want to experience that. Oh, I wind him up big time. I really do. When we were kids growing up in our house, we, I don't know why we did it. We had some weird tradition where we all had to go downstairs, age order. So my mum went first, then my dad, then my oldest brother, and so on and so forth. And we try and implement that in our house as well. I don't know why. It's just a weird tradition that we did when I was a kid. So we do it. And it all went really well. I would go first, my wife, then Callum, then Ellie. Of course, until Lucas came along. And he will not fucking do that. No way. He's like, He's fighting and clawing to get to the front, and we're like, we're trying to do it, and he kicks off big time. So we did have that family tradition until about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So now we do it. Lucas insists on being first, and I guess it does kind of make sense because he is the kid. You know what I mean? So I don't know why my mum and dad had that tradition. Didn't make sense then. Certainly doesn't make sense now. But I'll try and do it again.